What if the first 60 minutes after you open your eyes each morning could be the difference between feeling 30 years younger or 30 years older? I'm about to share 5 specific morning habits that a 94-year-old man swears by. Habits that keep him more energetic and independent than people half his age. These aren't complicated routines or expensive programs. They're simple actions backed by research from Johns Hopkins, Harvard Medical School, and the Mayo Clinic that you can start implementing tomorrow morning. Here's what makes this even more interesting. One of these 5 habits takes less than 90 seconds to complete, yet studies show it can slash your risk of serious cognitive decline by 40%. Stay with me, because I'm going to walk you through each habit in the exact order this man does them every single morning. And by the end, you'll have a complete blueprint that could transform how you feel every day for the rest of your life. Let me tell you about Harold, a 94-year-old retired teacher from Portland, Oregon, who climbs 2 flights of stairs to his apartment without stopping, while his 47-year-old neighbor gets winded halfway up. When Harold's doctor examined him last month, she called him a medical marvel and asked what his secret was. Harold's answer was simple: 5 non-negotiable things he does every morning before 8 a.m., habits he's followed religiously for the past 30 years. Habit 1. Hydration protocol upon waking. The very first thing you do when your feet touch the floor in the morning determines how your entire body will function for the next 16 hours. Most people stumble to the coffee maker or reach for their phone, but research from the Mayo Clinic shows that after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is in a state of significant dehydration. Your blood has thickened overnight. Your brain cells have shrunk slightly from fluid loss, and your kidneys are working harder than they should. This dehydration affects everything from your ability to think clearly to how steady you feel on your feet. According to cardiologists at Harvard Medical School, this morning, dehydration puts unnecessary strain on your cardiovascular system the moment you stand up, which is why many seniors experience dizziness or lightheadedness first thing in the morning. Here's what happens when you ignore this. Your blood pressure regulation becomes compromised, your brain struggles to fire on all cylinders, and your metabolism stays sluggish well into the afternoon. The Cleveland Clinic published findings showing that seniors who remain even mildly dehydrated throughout the morning have a 23% higher risk of falls compared to those who hydrate immediately upon waking. Your cells are literally crying out for water after hours without it. And every minute you delay giving them what they need, you're operating at a disadvantage. Think about it this way. You wouldn't drive your car for 8 hours without checking the oil, so why would you ask your body to perform without the most basic fuel it needs? The solution is remarkably simple and takes less than 2 minutes. Keep a 16-ounce glass of room temperature water on your nightstand before you go to bed. The moment you wake up, before you do anything else, drink the entire glass. Room temperature is important because cold water can be a shock to your system first thing in the morning. If you want to take this habit to the next level, add a small pinch of sea salt to that water. The electrolytes help your cells actually absorb and use the water more effectively. Vivian, a 71-year-old retired nurse from Tampa, started this habit 6 months ago and told me she noticed a dramatic difference in her morning mental clarity within just 1 week. She used to struggle with brain fog until almost lunchtime, but now she feels sharp and alert by 7 a.m. Don't wait until you feel thirsty, because by the time your brain registers thirst, you're already significantly dehydrated. Start this habit tomorrow morning without fail. Your brain, your heart, and every cell in your body will respond immediately, and within 3 days, you'll wonder how you ever functioned without this simple practice. This is the foundation that makes everything else in your morning work better. Habit 2. Strategic light exposure. Did you know that the type of light that hits your eyes in the first 30 minutes after waking has the power to reset your entire biological clock and determine how well you'll sleep 15 hours later? This isn't New Age wellness talk. This is hard science from Stanford University's neuroscience department. Your eyes contain special cells that have nothing to do with vision, but everything to do with signaling your brain what time of day it is. When these cells detect the specific wavelengths of natural morning sunlight, they trigger a cascade of hormonal responses that set your circadian rhythm for the next 24 hours. The National Institute on Aging has published extensive research showing that seniors who get proper morning light exposure experience significantly better sleep quality, more stable moods, and higher daytime energy levels. When you skip this habit, or get your light exposure wrong, your body loses track of time. Your sleep hormone melatonin doesn't shut off properly in the morning, leaving you groggy and foggy. Come evening, your body doesn't produce enough melatonin at the right time, so you struggle to fall asleep or wake up multiple times during the night. This creates a vicious cycle that compounds day after day. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that disrupted circadian rhythms in seniors are directly linked to increased rates of depression, cognitive decline, and even cardiovascular issues. Your body runs on an internal clock that's been fine-tuned over millions of years of evolution, and artificial indoor lighting simply cannot provide the signals your brain needs to keep that clock accurate. The fix is free, simple, and actually pleasant once you make it a habit. Within 30 minutes of waking up, go outside for 10 to 15 minutes. You don't need to exercise or do anything special. Just stand on your porch, walk around your yard, or sit on your front steps. If possible, face east toward where the sun rises. You don't need sunglasses for this unless the light is painfully bright. Your eyes need to receive this natural light directly. If you live in an apartment, stand by an open window or step outside onto a balcony. Thomas, a 68-year-old accountant from Phoenix, was skeptical about this habit until his wife convinced him to try it. Within 2 weeks, he eliminated the afternoon fatigue that had plagued him for years, and he now falls asleep easily at 10 p.m. instead of tossing and turning until midnight. Even on cloudy days, the natural outdoor light is significantly more powerful than any indoor lighting. This isn't about getting a tan or soaking up vitamin D, though those are nice side effects. This is about sending the right biological signal to your brain at the right time. Make this non-negotiable starting tomorrow. This costs you nothing, takes 15 minutes, and the benefits compound with every single day you do it. Habit 3. Gentle movement sequence. Your body has been lying horizontal and mostly motionless for 7 to 8 hours, and asking it to suddenly jump into full activity is like trying to drive a cold car at highway speeds. Everything in your body needs a gradual wake-up call, especially your joints, your circulation, and your nervous system. Research from Johns Hopkins Hospital shows that seniors who perform gentle movement sequences within the first 30 minutes of waking have significantly fewer joint complaints, better balance throughout the day, and lower injury rates. The American Heart Association has published guidelines specifically recommending that people over 60 engage in gentle morning movement to gradually increase heart rate and circulation, rather than shocking the system with sudden activity. Here's what you're risking by ignoring this. Your joints stay stiff and uncomfortable for hours. Your circulation remains sluggish, which affects everything from your energy to your mental clarity, and you're far more likely to experience a strain, pull, or fall during your morning routine. Your spine has been compressed all night, your muscles have tightened up, and your synovial fluid that lubricates your joints has thickened. The Mayo Clinic reports that the majority of senior injuries happen in the morning hours, and the primary cause is asking cold, stiff bodies to perform normal activities without proper preparation. Think about how much easier it is to stretch a warm rubber band compared to a cold one. Your muscles and connective tissues work exactly the same way. The solution takes just 5 minutes and can be done mostly from your bed or a chair. While still lying in bed, do some gentle stretches. Point and flex your feet several times. Make slow circles with your ankles. Bring your knees to your chest one at a time. Sit up and do some slow neck rolls and shoulder shrugs. Stand up carefully and do a few gentle standing stretches. Nothing aggressive. Focus on major joints. Rotate your neck slowly. Roll your shoulders backward and forward. Do some gentle twists from your waist and make some slow circles with your hips and knees. Gloria, a 73-year-old former dental hygienist from Nashville, had been struggling to get out of bed without help for months. She started this 5-minute routine and within 3 weeks was moving independently each morning. She told me she felt like she'd gotten her body back. This isn't a workout or formal exercise. This is basic maintenance that your body absolutely needs after hours of stillness. Make these 5 minutes non-negotiable. Set your alarm 5 minutes earlier if you need to. Your body will reward you with better movement, less pain, and more confidence in your physical abilities all day long. Do this starting tomorrow morning, and within 1 week, you'll feel the difference so dramatically that you'll never skip it again. Habit 4. Protein-rich first meal. What if the breakfast choice you make tomorrow morning is the single biggest factor that determines whether you'll have steady energy all afternoon or end up exhausted on the couch by 2 p.m.? Most seniors start their day with toast, cereal, or a muffin, which sends their blood sugar on a roller coaster ride that ends in fatigue and hunger. Research from the University of Texas Medical Branch shows something fascinating. When seniors consume adequate protein within 90 minutes of waking, they preserve significantly more muscle mass, maintain better blood sugar stability throughout the day, and experience fewer cravings for unhealthy foods. The Cleveland Clinic has published studies demonstrating that morning protein intake is directly correlated with maintaining independence and physical function in people over 65. When you skip protein at breakfast or rely on carbohydrates alone, several negative cascades begin. Your blood sugar spikes quickly, then crashes hard, leaving you shaky and hungry within 2 hours. Your body starts breaking down your existing muscle tissue to meet its protein needs, which accelerates age-related muscle loss. This muscle loss is called sarcopenia, and it's one of the primary reasons seniors lose their independence and become fall risks. According to Harvard Medical School, adults over 60 who don't prioritize protein throughout the day, especially at breakfast, can lose up to 8% of their muscle mass per decade. That muscle loss translates directly into weakness, instability, and ultimately loss of independence. Your muscles are the engine that keeps you mobile and autonomous. If you don't feed that engine properly, it starts cannibalizing itself. The solution is straightforward, but requires a shift in thinking about breakfast. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein within 90 minutes of waking up. 3 large eggs give you about 18 grams. A cup of Greek yogurt provides roughly 20 grams. 2 ounces of cottage cheese mixed with some berries gets you close to 15 grams. A protein smoothie made with protein powder, milk, and a banana can easily hit 30 grams. If you prefer traditional breakfast, add some ham or turkey sausage to your eggs. Stanley, a 76-year-old retired firefighter from Minneapolis, made this single change 6 months ago. He replaced his usual bowl of cereal with scrambled eggs and some turkey bacon. Within a month, his mid-morning energy crashes disappeared completely. He also lost 15 pounds without trying while maintaining his strength, something his doctor said was remarkable for his age. Your body's ability to build and maintain muscle depends heavily on giving it protein early in the day, when it's most receptive to using it effectively. This isn't about complicated meal prep or expensive supplements. This is about making sure your first meal of the day includes substantial protein. Plan tomorrow's breakfast tonight. Buy eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or whatever protein source you prefer. Make this the priority on your plate, and within 2 weeks, you'll feel a difference in your energy, your strength, and your overall sense of vitality. Your next breakfast sets the tone for your entire day. Choose wisely, starting tomorrow. Habit 5. Mental activation ritual. The sharpest 94-year-olds don't just wake up mentally clear by accident. They do something specific every single morning to activate their cognitive function before the day pulls them in a dozen different directions. Research from Columbia University's Department of Neurology shows that engaging in focused mental activity within the first hour of waking has profound effects on brain health and cognitive preservation. The timing matters enormously. Your brain is most receptive to forming new neural connections and strengthening existing ones in the morning hours before you've been exposed to the mental clutter of emails, television news, and daily stress. The National Institute of Neurological Disorders has published findings indicating that seniors who maintain a consistent morning mental activation ritual show significantly slower rates of cognitive decline and maintain better memory function well into their 80s and 90s. Here's what happens when you skip this and immediately reach for your phone or turn on the television. Your brain shifts into passive reactive mode rather than active engaged mode. You start your day consuming information rather than processing or creating it. Your neural pathways default to well-worn patterns rather than forming new connections. Over time, this passive morning routine contributes to the mental sluggishness and memory issues that many people assume are just normal aging. They're not. The Mayo Clinic has research showing that the first mental activities you engage in each morning literally shape how your brain will function for the rest of that day. If you start with passive scrolling or passive television watching, your brain stays in that passive gear. If you start with active mental challenge, your brain shifts into engaged, sharp mode. The solution requires just 10 minutes of focused mental activity before you check your phone or turn on any screens. Do a crossword puzzle, work on a Sudoku, read a few pages of something challenging, practice a new language, or work on any mental task that requires focus and problem solving. The key is that it must be challenging enough to require real thought. Beatrice, an 81-year-old retired librarian from Boston, has done the New York Times crossword puzzle every morning for 20 years. She recently told her daughter that she remembers details and names better than her own children do. Her doctor confirmed that her cognitive function tests are exceptional for her age. This isn't luck or good genes. This is a direct result of her morning mental workout habit. Think of this as brushing your teeth for your brain. You wouldn't skip dental hygiene, so why would you skip cognitive hygiene? 10 minutes of morning mental challenge protects decades worth of memories, experiences, and mental sharpness. The investment is tiny. The return is massive. Starting tomorrow, before you touch your phone or remote control, spend 10 minutes on a mental challenge. Make it the same challenge every day, if that helps you stay consistent. Within 2 weeks, you'll notice you're sharper throughout the entire day. Within 2 months, you'll notice you're remembering things better. This is one of the most powerful habits you can develop for protecting your cognitive future. Don't wait. Start tomorrow morning without exception. Here's the simple truth. These 5 morning habits take a combined total of about 30 to 40 minutes, and they create a foundation that can add years of independence, energy, and mental clarity to your life. Thousands of seniors in their 80s and 90s are thriving because they've made these exact habits non-negotiable parts of their morning routine. You don't need to be perfect. Start with 2 or 3 of these habits if 5 feels overwhelming. The key is to start tomorrow and stay consistent. Within 3 weeks, you'll feel the difference so clearly that these won't feel like habits anymore. They'll feel like necessities. Which of these 5 habits will you commit to starting tomorrow morning? Comment below with the number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 and let me know which one resonates most with you. If this information could help someone you care about, maybe your spouse, a friend, or an adult child who worries about you, share this video with them right now. Hit that like button if you're ready to make your mornings count, and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming video about evening habits that complement these morning routines perfectly. The power to change how you feel every day is completely within your control. It starts tomorrow morning. Make these 5 habits your foundation and watch how much better life gets.